Oh, yep. There we go. Why have that after 10 years of being able to freaking go live? How come they haven't figured out like how to like go live right when you push the button? I don't understand it.
I don't know.
Good morning, ladies. How is everybody? We've got Lauren coming at us from Lauren, where even are you? What ocean are you on right now?
I don't know. I'm in the middle of one. And I'm probably delayed. So I'm here for moral support and to hear Phil, and I'll not talk that much. But I'm here.
She's like on a 10-second delay, y'all. That's how crappy internet is on a cruise ship. But it's because she's on Carnival Cruise.
I don't know. I'm like looking at that little sushi restaurant she's in. I'm like, I could get down with that place. Maybe Carnival's not so bad after all.
Mm-hmm.
It's also what happens when you decide to go on a cruise the day before the cruise starts, pretty much.
Literally.
Yes.
Lauren.
Yes. Did you know that, Phil? Did you know that like
I had no idea. That's pretty I actually like that.
I know. That's how we do things. We just
That's a great move. I think I'm gonna go on a cruise tomorrow now.
No minute like the last minute. Well, you're probably not because I don't really know of any cruises that leave on Tuesday.
Leaving on a Tuesday. Nice try,
I have to fly to Arizona tomorrow, actually.
Oh, what's in Arizona?
I think Amy Gregory is doing an event.
Oh, fun.
Fun.
All right. I love it. This is the best time of year in Arizona, if you ask me. Like, it's the best weather. It's not like super, super busy because, spring training's already done. That'll be fun stuff. Well, ladies, in case you haven't noticed, there's a boy in the room, Phil Stringer, our friend. How many of you put in the chat? Phil, you should be able to see the chat.
I can see it, yeah.
You guys were at Girls with Grit Live already and saw Phil Stringer talking to us about some new AI. Oh, that's
You know what? I'm just going to tell you, Phil actually dressed up for you ladies. If you didn't notice, he was wearing a nice suit on our stage, which he normally doesn't dress like that. I'm just going to tell you how you see him right now is normally how I see him when he's on stage. Mm-hmm. And there's no shame in that. I'm just telling you, he just wanted to make sure that he brought his A game to our stage, which we much appreciate.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it was just for you guys. Absolutely.
Oh, Crystal, what's up, sister Crystal? You're going to be in the room live next year, though, I bet, after seeing all that on virtual. Wish I was. I'm on. Oh, this is good. I'm glad we've got a lot of new people here. This will be great. This is our first Monday Motivation since live.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I literally feel like we got back yesterday and then also we got back 2 weeks ago in my mind.
Because last Monday was bonus day, wasn't it?
Yes, I think you're right. This time last Monday, we were listening to Jessica Lentz talk to us about 3-hour work days in real life.
Yep.
I love it.
Oh, man, Phil, you were hanging out with these girls on the riverboat, serenading them. I heard. I wasn't on the boat. I had to do some work.
Someone told me that their, I think it's boyfriend or fiance. I don't know if they're engaged yet.
Oh, it was Beth Silverman's boyfriend.
Yes, her boyfriend. It was his birthday, and he's apparently a huge Paula Abdul fan. Well, she knew my audition song for The Voice when I went on The Voice was Paula Abdul, and she was like, "Will you please sing for him? I'm going to record." And so they turned the music down, gave me a microphone, and I did a little a cappella Paula Abdul. So it was fun.
So fun.
Interesting factoid about Phil, y'all. I don't know if you told him this on the boat or not, but he was on The Voice. That show, The Voice? Yes. Yeah. Phil can sing, just so y'all know.
We tried to get him to be our entertainment for the welcome party, but he refused. He was like, no.
He absolutely refused.
I'm retired.
But Phil hooked it up with the AV people, and that was life-saving. So for all of y'all who saw live in person and saw almost a -% error rate, that was because Phil hooked us up with Marshall. And now Marshall's stuck with Girls with Grit for life. I don't think he realizes what's happening, but
yeah, sorry, Marshall.
They're amazing.
All right, ladies. Well, let's get into it. We want to be respectful of your time this morning. It looks like most people are on or getting on right now. We got about 300.
300.
Yeah.
300 women.
Yeah. If you have a friend in Girls with Grit that is not on right now, make sure you tag a friend, because we're going to be sharing some really, really cool stuff. Phil's going to chat with us a little bit about all of his AI knowledge and excitement. And then we also have a really fun tool that he's graciously allowing us to pretend is ours. No.
That's funny.
I don't know about all that.
I'm just teasing Phil. But yeah, so Phil, tell us about what's going on in the AI world right now. Tell us about what's going on with AI in real estate.
Absolutely. So for those of you who were at my presentation at Girls with Grit, you saw me go through several different tools, different things that you can do. And I won't go into all of that today, but a couple of things that I really, really love for real estate right now that's new is a deep research feature on ChatGPT, which I mentioned in Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
But this deep research feature is really incredible. And if you want me to share my screen, I can probably do that and show them where it is, how you can access it. Let's do this here. So I should be able to present, right? And share screen.
Yeah, StreamYard can sometimes be kooky, but you should be able to.
Okay, we'll try it. So let me do entire screen and we'll see if you guys can see ChatGPT.
We will be able to. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you see here, when you ask a question, there are some buttons here. There's Search the Web, which has been there for a long time, but there's this new deep research and they give you 10 of them per month. So you see, I have 7 left until May 5th. If you click this before you put your prompt in, what it's going to do is it's going to search the web, and it takes 10 to sometimes 30 minutes to give you a result. So don't use this if you need a very quick result. But what it's going to do is it's going to search the entire web, and it shows you the activity while it's going of exactly what articles it's reading. And it shows you step by step what page it is on, where it's pulling its references from. It gives you the sources so you can click through and see where it pulled the information from. But it does so much reading for you in 10 to 30 minutes. It would probably take you 40 plus hours of reading to get all of this knowledge and to read all of these articles. And then it boils it down into a full report, maybe 10, 15, 20 page report, but it's got so much really, really good information. And so I shared with Girls with Grit in Savannah kind of some of those ways that you could use it. And this is one of my favorite things. It's a newer thing, and it's such a small little feature. It's just this little button. But this is probably my favorite AI feature that's come out in the last couple of years, just because the data is so accurate. It searches through so many things, and it does such great research for you, and it even gives you the sources. So it's really, really impressive.
Phil, is that what you used when you were like, Jamie, you moved to North Carolina in 2019, didn't you? Did you use deep research on Girls with Grit? I
used deep research on Girls with Grit. I got all the information about you guys that is available. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so for somebody that is like, they're an agent, they're listening to this call right now, like give us like 1 or 2 just real quick ways like somebody would use that deep research tool compared to just like a regular prompt.
Yeah, so you could use it for market research, obviously, and it's going to pull data from today. Some of my favorite uses for it, though, I think I shared with you guys 7 of my use cases that I use deep research for. And some of my favorite ways, I'll just read you guys really quickly, a couple of them. So local market trends would be kind of your standard. Like, obviously, you could say, hey, what trends are showing up in this zip code for this price point? And it's going to give you all the trends. That's really nice. Competitive listing analysis. So this one is really cool because I think I told you guys, I just thought of these in the shower. I always get my best ideas in the shower. So I'm like jotting them down on my notes app. So you could say, here are 3 listings or 2 or whatever in XYZ neighborhood. What is missing from their marketing, and what can I do to outperform the agents listing these homes? So
Mm.
now it's going to do deep
Smart.
research on the marketing of those listings in that neighborhood. And then it's going to give you recommendations for how you can kick their butt,
That's awesome.
which I think is pretty cool,
I
right?
love that.
Another one that I'll give you, because we deal with this all the time. How many of you guys deal with having to validate your pricing strategy with a seller? Like you almost have to convince them, hey, I know what I'm talking about, chill out.
Yeah.
You could say pull recent data or articles showing if pricing in this price range in this market helps homes sell faster in my city. And it's going to do deep research, and it's essentially going to validate your pricing strategy. And then you can give your seller that entire report. It's like a fully detailed report that you can give them.
Makes it look smart.
Yeah, right. The last one I'll give you is a competitive agent analysis. I love this one. You could say what marketing strategies are top agents in whatever city, Raleigh, North Carolina, wherever you live, using in 2025 to win luxury listings. And then it's going to do deep research on the most recent 2025 trends that the top agents or top luxury agents or whatever are using to get listings. So it's really a neat tool. There's a lot of different ways you can use it, but those are just a couple ways off the top of my head.
Somebody said this is on the paid version only. It's actually the most expensive version, right?
So no, yes and no. So the $20 a month gives you 10 uses a month. So that's that account I just showed you. I have another account, which is the $200 a month account, which most people obviously can't afford $200 a month. So the $200 a month will give you 200 uses per month. So if you're good with 10, which most people will be, no reason to spend $200 a month unless you're like, I want to be running these all the time. But $20 a month report is fine.
Yeah. Honestly, $20 a month. I feel like between Canva and ChatGPT, they're almost like two of the most important tools that you could pay for highest return on investment in our industry right now. So
and momentum.
Yeah, and well, duh, like
our monthly membership, Phil, our marketing membership momentum.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. What do I need? Bill, you need momentum. Okay.
Bill does not need momentum.
He does not need momentum. Bill's not out slinging houses. He's helping us sling houses. Lori says, I can't even think of 200 questions per month. Yeah, exactly. I feel like ChatGPT has gotten unbelievably exponentially better, like even just in the last 6 months. Like, because I was kind of like an early user of ChatGPT, and at first, like some of it made sense, some of it didn't. A lot of it was like, kind of, it seemed very generalized, that kind of thing. And now it's so good now.
Yeah, it's just getting better and better as they update every single time, and they release new models every single time. And I think having other companies like Microsoft and Google and Apple's in the game and Amazon and and obviously X with Elon Musk, they're all pushing so hard that they're pushing each other to really even be better. And so we're seeing all these different models really enhancing the way that it used to be, and it's getting so much better even every single month.
Yeah, so good. Perfect. I love it. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about a new tool that you have. I like to, like I said, I like to tease you that it's our new tool. It's really Phil's new tool, and he's letting us ride on his coattails on it. But Phil, let's talk a little bit about our little collab. People, we've been kind of teasing it before live. I know a lot of people on this call saw it at lives, but for those people that didn't, let's talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I like to set up these tools with a little bit of a presentation type feel. So I'll share my screen and I'll walk you through a little, because it really does a good job at understanding the why behind why I made this, right? And so I'll share my screen again, and then I'll take you over to presentation mode here. So you guys should see this. Let me ask you something. Do you see that slide?
Yeah, we see it.
All right, perfect. So the question I want to ask you is, if you could walk into a listing appointment and show the homeowner the exact type of person most likely to buy their home, we're talking age, lifestyle, shopping behaviors, do you think that would change the game? That's what I was thinking a couple years ago when I was like, man, I wish there was a tool like this for my agents. For those of you who don't know, I was a chief operating officer of a mega team brokerage in North Carolina. So that's my real estate background. I'm not just an AI guy. I understand what you guys have to deal with.
Right.
And so I was thinking, man, that would change the game for us on listing appointments if we could have some AI tool that would give us that advantage, right? So now you have an AI tool, and I'm going to show you in a second, to pull up real buyer data, and you'll walk out with signed listings. No guessing, no hype, just shock and awe level prep that no other agent is bringing to the table right now. So I'm going to give you guys a pop quiz. Pop quiz, Monday pop quiz. Who's more likely to win the listing? A, the agent with a business card. B, the agent with cookies.
Well, cookies are good, Phil. I don't know.
Or C, the agent with a custom report showing the ideal buyer. It might be Agent B because I love cookies, but I'm going to go with the agent with a custom report showing the ideal buyer.
Who made this pop quiz, Phil?
You like my pop quiz?
That's funny.
I feel like there's
Somebody
more
said
than
all
one
of the above.
Hey, it's Monday. We have to have a quiz on a Monday. Come on. So sellers are saying, I've never seen anything like this before. And that's the power of this tool. So you ever think you crushed a listing appointment only to find out that the seller went with someone else? You follow up, they ghost you, and you're left wondering, okay, what did that other agent have that I didn't?
Mm-hmm.
So here's what you're up against. Sellers are going to interview, obviously, 3 to 5 agents most times. Everyone says the same dang thing. Everyone shows the same comps, and nobody shows real buyer data. So you're up against 3 to 5 other agents, and guess what? They're all sounding the same. Same script, same comps, same boring, here's what I'll do for you pitch. But when you show the seller the buyer, you win. So what if you could just enter a property address and enter a price and instantly see the exact type of person most likely to buy that home? And that's what I wanted to do when I was thinking, how could we create this tool? How could we make this work? So I'm talking age, lifestyle, pain points, and even a section of how to market best to that buyer. So in a minute, I'm going to show you exactly how this works. I'll screen share, we'll do it together, and you'll see how it instantly creates that report. Agents are using this to win listings. They're using it to get appointments just to set up the appointment on the phone, right? Because they can pop in the address and the price point on the phone, and they're like, hey, I just generated this report. Do you want to set up a time to meet? So they're setting the appointments with it. They're using it at the appointment then to win the listing because these sellers are shocked, and they're using it to build better marketing for that specific buyer. Before other agents even show up, you win the listing every time. And so don't just take my word for it. I'm going to give you guys just some testimonials I pulled for the Savannah event that week. Your buyer prediction tool just helped me get a $2.5 million listing. The buyer prediction tool is the most useful AI tool I've ever used for my business. I got a $2.9 million listing thanks to the buyer prediction tool, beating out 6 top producers in my area. Thank you. This tool is perfect for identifying buyers and then marketing directly to them. It's changed the game for me. This is the most incredible AI tool that has actually made a difference in my business. My buyer profiles have been spot on. It's almost scary. My sellers have been amazed, right? So this tool doesn't just give you info, it gives you the edge, right? And so I'm going to exit out of this and we can go into the tool and I can show you guys how to actually use this thing. So I'm going to switch over here. We'll go to buyer prediction. So this is, if you go to, and I think someone can probably put it in the chat, gwgbuyerprediction.com. You put in your email address and it's actually going to give you a free use of this. So you don't have to pay for it or put in any information. You don't have to create an account. You don't have to put your name, anything. You can try it out and test it for free with one free use if you go to gwgbuyerprediction.com. But essentially what it does is you put in just these 2 things, property address and price point. So I'm going to put in, I'll put in a Greensboro address. Let me do.
I was going to say, why don't you put in my new listing address?
Okay, let's do it. What is it?
1308 Green Oaks Parkway, Holly Springs, North Carolina, 27540.
Okay. Listing price.
Price point 1.7 million.
All right. So you put in those two things and you hit submit, and it's going to generate a report using historical sales data, and it's going to use market data and an AI algorithm. And so let's see what it does. Here we go. So ideal buyer persona. Oh, my internet's so bad. I'm at this.
You've got to be kidding. Try it again.
I know I'm at this apartment complex. Let me refresh it. Let's try it again. Give me that address again.
170. Was it 17? Wait, what did I say the
I don't
address
think
was? Hold on. Now I forgot. I had it.
You had it.
I remember it's Green Oaks.
It is
was
on
Green
Green Oaks Parkway.
Green Oaks Parkway, Holly Springs.
1308 Green Oaks Parkway. I may have given you the wrong address at
1308
first.
Green Oaks Parkway, Holly Springs, North
Holly
Carolina. What was the zip?
27540.
540. So just so you know, guys, my internet is down, and so I had to drive to a random clubhouse. I don't even know what this apartment complex is, and I was like, "Hey, I have this meeting. Can I jump on your Wi-Fi?" It's been so bad, but I'm here, so we'll see if this works again.
Wow.
And sometimes, let's see if this will go through. Yeah, because this internet has been horrible, but at least I'm on the call with you.
Exactly.
Okay,
Oh, there we go.
So
There it
here's
is.
the persona.
That's it.
Psychographic profile, motivations, and I'll scroll back up so you guys can see it after it's done generating. But here you go. So you have, this is the report that it's going to generate
So
for you.
good, Phil. It's spot
So you've
on,
got
dude.
an intro to the property. You have the ideal persona with the age, income level, occupation type, family status. It goes into psychographic profile with values, interests, and hobbies, right? Lifestyle preferences, motivations, desire, quality education for children, community and lifestyle, concerns, pain points, and then marketing strategy recommendations for addressing pain points, enhancing appeal, content ideas. And you have this report generated from that information. Now, can you imagine if you took this report and you brought this to the listing presentation? Guys, you are going to win every time, because they're going to be like, what the heck? I've never seen anything like this. Why aren't other agents using this? You must be ahead of the curve. This sets you apart, right? This absolutely sets you apart. So it gives you that edge. So you walk in with the full buyer profile, sellers lean in and they're saying, no one else has shown me this. I've never seen anything like this.
Crazy.
You use it in your marketing, and suddenly you're not guessing, you're targeting the right people the right way, because you can take that entire profile, copy, paste it into a tool like ChatGPT, and say, create me content, create me an ad, create me a video, create me an email based on this buyer. So then it's going to craft all of the marketing around that specific persona. So
well,
this
and I think
is
that's the most important part, Phil, is that piece that you just said right there. And I don't want that to get lost on the girls, because having the report is awesome and very flashy, right? But being able to connect that to, like, how do I, as a listing agent, now take this information and actually locate your ideal buyer, right? And so it's kind of that conversation where it's like, look, most agents, they're going to write a listing description, throw it in the MLS. Actually, these days, they're not even going to write their own listing description. They're going to put it into ChatGPT
Exactly.
listing description. It's going to be this like hollow, vapid idea of what's going on with your house, right? But I can take this information and know exactly who your ideal buyer is, and I can create blog posts. I can create Facebook ads. I can create content, like you're saying, like around exactly who the ideal buyer is. Because if your ideal buyer is, let's say, I don't want to get into fair housing stuff, but let's just say it's like a family, right? Like you're not going to, you don't care if the single dude that wants 7 cars is seeing your ad. You only care if your ideal client sees your ad. And so that's a big piece of this, ladies, is making sure that you tie it back to, okay, now with this information, how do I specifically leverage this information and turn it into a marketing advantage for you?
Right. 100%. And
So smart.
another advantage of this tool, like obviously it's great for setting appointments. It's great for winning the dang listing. It's great for marketing to the client, right? We know those three things for sure. Think about it another way of how you can use this though. You can use this for price objections, for handling price objections. Because if a seller's like, hey, I don't want to list at $499, I want to list at $575, you could say, instead of other agents just being like, well, the market won't support that, you could say, hey, look, I have this buyer profile and this tells us the exact price point and the buyer that's going to buy at this price point. And this is what this tool recommends. It recommends $499. And this is the type of person who's going to buy this home at $499. If we go to $550 or $575, it's not going to support that. And that's what this data is telling us. You got to trust us with this. And this essentially, it helps you with your price objections, right? Another way that you use this, which I think might be my favorite, is turning this into a farming machine. So what if instead of you just sending a boring CMA to your farm, what if you offered a buyer match report for their home? Hey, I just ran a quick buyer match report for your home based on where you live. So you put in an address from a neighborhood, right? Based on where you live, your home's a value. I know the exact type of person who's most likely to buy your home. And I just ran a report. Do you want to see it? Think about sending that letter out or that email out or whatever you do to try and farm neighborhoods. That's way more value. You could include the CMA as well, but it's so unique, it's data backed, and it starts the conversation, right? Like, what? You know who's going to buy my home? And so you could use it in a newsletter. Want to know who your buyer is? I already know. Cold DMs. Hey, I ran a buyer persona for your home. Want a copy? Door knocking, right? If anyone door knocks still. Not selling now? Okay, that's fine. Here's who would buy your home when you're ready. Give me a call. Like unbelievable value there too.
I also feel like expired listings, like this is such a slam dunk for an expired listing. Run the report. And then when you reach out to the expired, just say like, did your previous listing agent ever really talk to you about like who the person that's probably going to buy this home is? And did they show you how to match the marketing messaging with that ideal buyer? Because they're going to be like, no, like,
no.
Or do a price drop, right? Like
even for sale by owner. Like you're talking any type of FSBO list, boom, done. I mean, it's just, honestly, it's a way to get conversations going for sure. So this is how agents are winning listings. They're filling their pipelines. They're building trust faster than ever. There's no other tool like this. This is the only one on the market that I know. Plenty of people give you comps, right? Obviously, some promise marketing help, but nobody gives you a real-time buyer match with marketing strategies built in. So I built this so that agents could stop guessing, start winning before they even walk through the door. With this tool, you don't look like an agent, you look like a marketing expert with data to back it up. And so that's obviously me, but you've seen how it works. You've seen how it helps agents stand out, win listings, and book more appointments. Even with just one free use, it changes the game, right? So now let me show you how to get full access to this thing so that you can use it every day in your business, because every report that is run, it costs me money. And so I did 8 months of beta testing with this, and I gave it for free to a certain group of people to say, hey, let's make sure this thing works. I paid a lot of money to beta test this for 8 months, and I didn't just release it, right? And so I want you to be able to have full access to this, to be able to generate as many reports as you can. And I was thinking, okay, do I charge like per use? And I thought, no, that would get really expensive for people if I charge per use. So how could I do this the easiest way to where you just get unlimited uses? You can use it as much as you want. So this is what we have. Literally so excited about this because I'm able to price this to where anyone can afford it. This is like 4 or 5 cups of coffee, guys. Like that's it. $29 a month gives you unlimited uses. You can run this report as many times as you want in the month. So gwgbuyerprediction.com will take you to that free use where you can try it out, or you can scan that code and it takes you to gwgbuyerprediction.com as well. And so that's me again. I don't know why that's there, but hopefully that answers your questions.
Because you're an alien.
I'm an alien, baby. Yeah, three Starbucks strips if you're getting egg bites too. That's fair. Those egg bites are getting expensive.
I know.
Man, that's like one Starbucks trip.
Look, I made my own coffee this morning, guys. I'm a Starbucks freak, and I made my own coffee this morning. So
that Wi-Fi issue really threw you through a loop, didn't it?
I know.
Making your own coffee now, living in the dark ages.
Way to pivot. Here, there's a couple questions in the chat box that I kind of want to address. And they're like, this is great, but now what do I do with this to actually market? Well, it's what we always talk about, ladies. It's that message to market match. So now your copyright is going to speak specifically to that buyer demographic. Your marketing video that you're going to do, because we tell you need to do a video, is going to speak directly to that buyer, right? The thing with Facebook ads, because some girls were asking me in the chat, you can't really hone in too much on Facebook ads when it's for fair housing laws. Like you basically just have to do a 15-mile radius out. But what you can do is, if you're farming in your neighborhood, I would upload your email list of the farm neighborhood you're farming. And for me personally, maybe it's not finding you a new buyer, but maybe it's actually getting you 3 new listings. Because they're like, holy crap, this girl knows what she's doing. So there's that, those are different ways that you can market it. But just remember, ladies, that your copyright and your video needs to market directly to this buyer demographic with Phil's buyer prediction tool that we're talking about. That's how you're going to use it. Yes, you're going to win the listing. You're going to wow the seller. But like putting it into practice, it's just what you say. It's your marketing message directly to those people. That's how you're going to use it.
Yeah, 100%. And I saw someone say in the chat, does this give you 10 uses? No, this is unlimited uses. So the $29 a month, you can run it as many times as you want.
I think she's getting that confused with the deep research on ChatGPT. So these are two different tools.
Yeah, so ChatGPT is its own tool. This buyer prediction tool is one that I created. Okay, so the gwgbuyerprediction.com, that's my collaboration with Girls with Grit to provide this to you guys. And this is outside of ChatGPT. So it's a separate login, separate website. You would have an account with buyer prediction tool.
Perfect.
This is smart. I think this is probably Lauren in the chat. She says, plug that data right back into ChatGPT and then have you create your marketing message right there. Smart.
Yep. I have a listing for sale. This is the ideal buyer for it. Tell me how to write me 5 Facebook ads for this, right? Or
super smart. Yeah, exactly. Someone's asking, do you take this and then ask ChatGPT? Yeah, absolutely. That's what I would do. Save myself an hour.
It could literally help you with everything. It could help you with your Facebook ads and content, but it could help you write a video script for when you're doing your cinematic video, right? Through your listing, like what things should I point out? Which things should I focus on?
So good. So good.
Will that be
Thank you, Phil.
Grit site? Well,
what?
I'm not sure.
It's
asking if it'll be on the Girls with Grit site. Y'all, this is Phil's tool. I was just joking that it was Girls with Grit tool.
It's not our tool.
So you can go to Girls with Grit buyer or gwgbuyerprediction.com. And that's how you, the ladies on this call, that's how you would access this tool. So gwgbuyerprediction.com, you'll get 1 free use. And then after that free use, then you'll be able to sign up for the unlimited number of uses for $29 per month. And then that will give you access to the buyer prediction tool dashboard through Phil. You'll be able to run as many as you want to. And shoot, like hers boxes just got infinitely easier, y'all.
Yeah. And
I'm just going to say, go ahead, Phil.
Go ahead. I was just going to say also, just to clarify, after it runs the report, guys, you can talk to it like ChatGPT in the chat. So like, let's say you put in an address and a price point and you're like, oh, I want to clarify because I saw someone in the chat, hey, I've got one that's a triplex specifically. So I want to clarify these details. You could say, hey, this, just so you know, this is a triplex, not a single family. Can you rerun? And it will rerun with the triplex information. And so you can talk to it and kind of go back and forth, but the price point and the property address are going to give you that generic persona from its historical data. And then you can refine it if you want to just by talking to it.
Mm.
So smart. I'm just going to say, ladies, $29 to go after FSBOs, expireds, throw these in her boxes if you want, whatever. There's all kinds of things you can do. Like, it's worth it. It's worth it. If you get 3 more listings from using this tool, like the ROI, like it's a no-brainer. I'm sorry. It really is. So.
Carrie said, does it store the previous reports? So yes, it does. It works on mobile and on your computer. So let me show you what it looks like on the computer side. So once you do your free use, you're going to see you have your reports on the side. So you have this little hamburger menu that you can expand. And then you've got prior reports that you've done. And you can look at all your prior reports and click through. So kind of like ChatGPT has a history, you can go back to that and then continue the conversation. And once you use that free report, there's an upgrade button, and that upgrade takes you to the $29 a month thing where you'll get unlimited credits. So that way it doesn't say, hey, you've already used your free use. You can do this, create an account. And once you have that account, you're signed up with the unlimited credits.
Perfect. So cool, Phil. We're super excited about this. Like, we've been telling everybody about this. We just think it's such a game changer. I think half the problem is sometimes agents don't really know like what conversation to have with people, right? When they're trying to do their initial lead generation. And literally, you've just given every person on this call an excuse to reach out to literally anyone, right? Like, they could, friends, family, sphere of influence, past clients, like, this is such, people are nosy, right? That's why there's HGTV and that's why there's Bravo and all of that, right? Like, people, even if they have no intention of selling, they still would love to know, like, oh, who would buy my house if I was going to sell it, right? And then you start to get the wheels turning and you're starting to grease the engine, and then all of a sudden they are looking, right? So
yeah, and I did see a question in there too. One really cool thing that you guys can do with this report is you can take the text, and in Savannah, I actually showed this tool called Gamma, which you can sign up for a free account where it creates presentations, documents, whatnot. So I'm going to show you very quickly how you can take that text and throw it into Gamma if you want. So let's say I took this report right here for the one that she gave me, 1308 Green Oaks Parkway. I'm just going to copy this text. I'm going to go over to Gamma, and in Gamma, you can actually create from 3 different ways. You can paste in text, you can put in a prompt, or you can upload a file. So if I went in here and I pasted in this report, I can make a presentation, a web page, a document, or a social. So if I wanted to create a document with this information to bring with me on my list and make it look pretty, I can do that. And I can literally generate this however I want in whatever type of style I want. So this is a preview, right? I could say, oh, I want it to look like this, whatever. I can generate this, and it will generate a report for me that I can print out, send to the client, whatever. But look, it's putting all this information in a pretty report, and it's free.
Stop it right now.
Yep. So that's another way that you can really crush it, because now you have a whole PowerPoint presentation or social post or whatever you're wanting to create.
Dude, Phil, you're the GOAT. You're a real alien. Aliens unite.
Aliens unite, baby.
So cool.
So good.
Ladies, did you love this presentation from Phil this morning? Do you feel like you're like better equipped to go out and get your listing, that you're hopefully going on a listing appointment this week and you're going to be able to utilize this tool?
Literally, like, I'm just going to be blunt, ladies. If you can't do this, we can't help you, because he just gave you the literal blueprint, how to get the data, how to use Gamma to create a pretty report, and how to, you're off to the race. Like, you girls, like, he just saved you like an hour plus per report that you want to create. I'm mind blown. Phil for president, she says.
Yeah, Patty.
Oh man, Phil, we appreciate you so much. Thank you.
I appreciate you guys. Absolutely.
All right, girls.
So
well,
awesome.
Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. We'll make sure to post the link this link here,
There
you
it
can
is.
grab a screenshot really quick. We'll post it in the group as well so that everybody can come back and grab it in case they miss it here. But thank you everybody for joining us today. We're excited to see all the things that post in the group with like your wins from using this tool.
Yeah.
We want to see like, oh, I got a
We wanna
listing
see.
appointment. Oh, I had somebody call me. Oh, I did a Facebook Live of me doing this. And now all of a sudden I have 3. Like, I know that you guys can get results from this. So I'm excited to see how you implement.
So good. All right, off to the races. Y'all have a great Monday. Bye, girls.
Bye.
See you guys.